Namaskar, welcome to Sai Economics Point. In this video, we are going to learn about what is LPP and the important terminologies associated with the LPP. Okay, so let's start it. Linear programming problem, it generally deals with optimization of a functions of a variables, which is known as your objective function. Generally, the objective function may be of a profit maximization, cost minimization, or you can say sales maximization and production maximization. Okay, and the subject to a set of a linear equations in the form of a inequalities, which is known as your constants. Okay, hence LPP is a tool used for business management in quantity aspect. Okay, and to allocate scarce resources in an optimum manner. Okay, now let us discuss the important terminologies that is associated with the LPP. Okay, first, basic variables. Basic variables are the variables that are non-negative in terms of optimal solutions. Okay, non-negativity means it cannot be negative, right? Then the next one is non-basic variable. Non-basic variable are the variables that are zero in terms of the optimal solution. Okay. Then next one is decision variable. Decision variables compete with each other to share limited resources, such as, for example, if we want to produce x1 and x2, that is x1 represents goods and x2 represents services. So we have our aim, okay, is optimum allocation resources between x1 and x2 so that our objective will be maximum, right? So x1 and x2, these are called the decision variable because we have to take wise decision how much to produce x1 and how much to produce x2, okay, so that optimum allocation of resources is possible. Okay, the next important thing is in linear programming problem, these are interrelated and have linear relation. Okay, next concept is optimization problem. Okay, a problem which aims to maximize or minimize a linear function subject to a certain constant as determined by a set of linear inequalities is called an optimization problem. Okay, then the next one is objective function. Okay, the LPP must have a clear and well defined objective function and that can be stated quantitatively. For example, z equal to x plus py. Okay, where a and b represents constant and x and y are decision variables, which has to be maximized or minimized, right? Next is constraints. These are the restrictions imposed on the resources available, such as restricted number of machines, time, labor, money, material, etc. Okay. For example, suppose we want to produce 5 units of x1 and 1 units of x2, and it should be greater than equal to 10. Okay, and it involves minimization problem. Okay, and example 2 is your, suppose I want to produce 1 unit of x1 and also 1 unit of x2 less than equal to 10. Okay, that means it involves your maximization problem. So these are the two constraints. Okay, non-negative constraints. It assumes that the value of decision variables can be 0 or positive but cannot be negative. Okay, that is x1 and x2 they should always greater than equal to 0, right? Next is feasible region. The common region determined by all the constraints, including the non-negative constraints of a linear programming problem, is the feasible region, or this is also regarded as the solution region for the given LPP. Okay. Next is finiteness. It means that number of activities and constants are finite. Okay. Then primal and dual. The original problem or the given problem is called the primal problem, and the derived one is called its dual. Okay. Thank you. Have a nice day.